What he's not saying? Are you good? Yeah. Yep. I'm back again, people. With another review for you guys. Going back to. Sorry, I'm just put my gloves on. It's cold, man. Yep. I'm going back to Netflix series. Before I start, or make a start to my review for Lupin episode 3, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you do that, because obviously that's what's keeping the motivation, that's what's keeping me doing what I'm doing in it, and obviously it just shows me that you guys appreciate what I'm doing. So yeah, make sure you do that, people. So yeah, so I'm gonna go into Lupin episode 3 of the Netflix drama or TV series, and then yeah, we'll see what happens there, really. Right. Okay, I'm gonna start. Right, let me make a start. Okay, right. So Lupin episode 3. So Lupin starts with. Episode 3 starts off with. So it looks like it's all about remember when I was talking about the commissioner Dumont, when he basically took him from his house and told him to take him to foster care. So basically it's about him today, and basically what happened afterwards, where he ended up. And obviously he starts off with Dumont's family in the beginning. Like he's got a typical nice house, big family, you know what I mean, living his life, you know what I mean. And basically it's just literally filming his family, and basically you can see all the security cameras in his house. And then what happens is, then there's a scene where he's like, obviously through that you can see that Hassan is actually spying through the security cameras and watching every single room of Commissioner Dumont. And basically, like, you just know already that that's what it's gonna be about. Then after that, obviously the intro starts, and then you go straight into the beginning of episode 3, and it's following because Commissioner Dumont, he's at work, and then obviously Hassan, knowing his tricks about Lupin, he comes in as in a disguise, and he comes in as in a disguise, and basically disguises as this guy called Max, an IT guy or technician, whatever you want to call it. And basically he has a chat with him. He tells him, listen, you know what I mean, that's just what was quite funny. He said, you got an IT problem. He's like, I need to speak to Mr. Dumont. I said, yeah, what is it? He said, you got an IT problem. He's like, an IT problem? He's like, yeah, basically porn, in it. He's like, I don't watch porn and all that. And he's like, yeah, we need to get it fixed and that. And obviously there's a woman comes in and she spoils it, and she's like, oh, where's Michael? And basically Michael's a different guy. She described a different description of the person. She's like, oh, he's a tall guy, brown skin. And obviously they knew already. He looked at him and said, oh, this guy, I don't think his guy is a fake. But he looked at him and said, let me take your ID. He said, no, you can't check my ID. I mean, you can't check my ID. You think you just assuming, offending me. And you basically put the whole racist thing, like, oh, you're being racist and all that. And obviously he just left it. And then obviously he took him into a room, and then obviously knocked him out unconscious, and obviously kidnapped him, and then they took him to this special place. I don't know where it was, but it was like a factory place. There he was doing a lot of interrogation, trying to find out a little bit more about Dumont, find out about what happened in 1995 with his father. Then you get flashbacks between Dumont having a conversation with Mr. Pellegrini. And he was talking to him about your necklace was had an insurance policy. Why is that? And he was just explaining stuff to him, and he was just talking about asking him, are you sure that he stole the necklace? He doesn't look like the type of person. Babakar is talking about his son's father. So it doesn't look like the type that would steal a necklace. And obviously he's a single father with no mother. Why would he? He doesn't fit the description. But he was just trying to pretend, always keep up the lies, and no, that he's the guy, whatever. And then he said, all right, cool. So obviously they framed the dad, didn't it? Because obviously I think it was all under Mr. Pellegrini. I think it's all about money and all this. And yeah, and they framed basically Babakar, who's the son's father. And while he's interrogating him, obviously the flashback goes back to today, and while he's interrogating him, he's also getting a call from his girlfriend, who we saw at episode 1, Claire. And we got a little bit of a backstory from them as well, of how it all first started with them, and they met in school, and she was basically being bullied or whatever by these guys, and he must just come in and was like, just had a little quick joke and that. I mean, but the joke was quite funny though, I can't lie. Something about, it's like your boyfriend, he said, oh, funny, where's yours? Funny, is that yours? I don't know, I started along the lines basically. So he's basically trying to say the guy's gay or whatever. I mean, basically, and it's just they kind of, Claire and him kind of basically just became friends, and they became kind of close. And then the rest is history. You know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah. Oh my God, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of tired today still, but we still do what we do. Yeah, and then obviously, like, after that, he carries on interrogating him, and obviously the police are looking for this guy. I mean, because they find that Lupin, the commissioner, Dumont's been captured, and then obviously now, like, they're looking for him, and obviously that guy, like I told you, the Gadira, I think it was Gadira. Yeah, he's really investigating, and he's basically finding the marks between Lupin and this guy, Hassan, and he's obviously, as this guy's name, Paul Cyan. So he's basically linking it, saying, oh, this is basically the same guy. And I mean, he's the same guy who done all of this, you get me? Because obviously there's this clip where they kidnapped him and they see it from the CCTV camera, and then they find that he's actually the same guy. And obviously then later on they find that they actually moved or in the same place. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and a lot of it was like he was just blackmailing him and just blackmailing Dumont, and just basically find out a little bit more about what happened to his father. And later on he reveals who he is. You know what I mean? Because there's a scene where he asks for water, and he disguises himself, goes out there and puts the water out and runs back. But then later on it says, that he reveals father, and he realized, oh, it was a son. And then he's telling him, he's trying to tell him, like, like, what happened? Did my father, I think, was trying to just interrogate, like, did he steal the necklace? What happened? Did he frame his father? Did he frame his father? And he wouldn't admit it and stuff. But yeah, it's mad. You know what I mean? It's mad. Sorry, I'm just looking because we got the parking people that come into, the ones that, when you park your car, they come in, the parking wardens, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just watching still. Allow it, man. Yeah, and basically, yeah, he starts questioning Dumont about did he frame his father, and there was files of of his name on there, of fake documents. And obviously from the police, when the police report, they found Gadira was able to find out the link between it being the same guy, which is a son, because obviously the police report, because obviously it had Dumont's, I think it's Gabriel Dumont's name on it, so they obviously knew that there's a link here, between the necklace, this guy, and Dumont. So yeah, basically that's what they do. So yeah, they take him. So basically the police, they try and look for him. And then later on they couldn't find him, and the guy's like, listen, maybe he's actually hasn't left the area, he's probably still here. And they're like, what are you talking about? So yeah, it's probably here, because obviously the story of Lupin, he plays a game of manipulating people, trying to tell them, oh, I'm somewhere else, when actually he's in the same location. Yeah. So yeah, basically that's what happens, and then after they come to go and rescue Dumont, but then at the same time he disappears, isn't it? So they can't find him. But when he goes home, he takes all the security cameras off because he realizes he's been spying on his family. Obviously he threatened him, obviously, while he kidnapped him as well. That's what I forgot to say. When he was there to be interrogated, he showed him the cameras of his house to show him that he's been watching him, knows who his family is and stuff like that. And he was like begging, don't kill my family, don't tell him. And obviously blackmailed, and later on he admitted he did do it. He did frame his father because obviously he wanted to help his kids and all that. And obviously, all that typical nonsense, And in the end, yeah, he goes home, he takes off all the cameras and stuff, and then, but the thing is that once he takes all the cameras, he still has a link to him, because he has a machine, them, what's it called, the Amazon thing, whatever, Amazon or Argos. You know, they got the thing. I forgot what it's called. You know, what I mean, you just say, echo in it, echo. Yeah, you just say the name and they just repeat what you. They basically repeat what you want and give you what the machines. Yeah, so basically like he starts ringing in it, and he starts basically playing the tape of what he said in, I think, 1995, the truth, and he's trying to smash it, but then he realizes that, you know what, he's got caught in it. So our son is still after him and that. So that's basically kind of how it ends. Like, listen guys, that's basically what happened in it. Obviously, I know I missed out some parts. I'm just highlighting the main important parts in it. I know my delivery today has not really been A1. It's been kind of dead today because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm kind of tired still. You know what I mean? But you know, I had to just come out here and do what I got to do in it. So yeah. But that was episode 3. But to be fair, episode 3 was kind of weak a little bit. Oh no, but then saying that again, that there was a part I forgot that when in the romance scene where, you know, when he goes back when he was younger, when he met with Claire, you know, he gets into a fight. And then the white guys, and obviously he robs the lighter that the white guy had, and obviously that they're still together, and they were just talking about, you know, a lot of stuff, you know what I mean, there's knights and barbarians and all that, and obviously there's a gentleman, just cheeky words, you know, to get each other, and obviously in the end, you know, they kiss each other and all that. And then like there's another part where what's the other part? I had another part that I was going to talk about. Oh my god, what was the other part? Yeah, and there was a part where, you know, his son, you know what I mean, when his girlfriend called, you know, his son, it was his son's birthday, and he forgot his son's birthday. Today, this episode was quite light, I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't really my favorite. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't really my favorite. It was quite boring, this one. It was like it was very wordy. It was still cool. Still had a lot of techniques. He still had his typical techniques that he used. It was still, you know, it was still fun. But I just felt like, you know, it just wasn't really. It wasn't really fun to watch. Really, it was a bit. It was a bit bland, to be honest. But overall, Lupin doesn't affect my experience with Lupin. Lupin so far has been good, but just that episode, I didn't really like it too much for me. It wasn't really my favorite episode compared to the other episodes, episode 1 and 2. I felt like it was a bit more of the weaker episode compared to the 2. But, you know, we still got 4 and 5 to go. I mean, I know it's gonna only up, you know, it's up speed because they got part 2 coming out soon, so it must have been good. So I know it's gonna be great. So yeah, so that's basically my review of, you know, what I thought of, you know, the Walking Dead, you know, I know, of Lupin, I mean, of episode 3. I mean, just let me know if I missed anything, because I think I have probably missed it, but I just tried to summarize it as much as I could. But overall, yeah, I did, like I said, I'm enjoying Lupin at the moment. It's a good series, you know. It's been talked about a lot of people, and then obviously it's up there. But, you know, I just felt this episode specifically was kind of the weaker one out of the 2. So yeah, we'll see how episode 4 and 5 once again, we'll see how 4 or 5 is, and yeah, man, we'll just go from there. But yeah, guys, that's just basically my little review of Lupin episode 3. Guys, just like I said before, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know, I've still got some more movies and stuff that I want to review, movies and television series I want to review, obviously, because at the moment I'm watching a lot of Netflix stuff, you know what I mean, and then after we'll see where we can go from there. But yeah, just first of all, just thanks already, even for the ones that have subscribed, the ones that have been faithful from the very beginning, and those that are, you know, that are new. Thank you very much. You know what I mean, welcome to my channel as well. I'm just hoping to do my best to try and, you know, entertain you guys, and obviously give you the best reviews that I can, and just really you know, and talk to you about, you know, Lupin, you know what I mean, and just really, you know, give you, you know, that experience of what I thought. Alright, before we cut off, I've forgotten to do this. Let's go here. Once again, directors Marcella said, Ludovic Bernard, Louis Leterrier, and creator George K. Main character Omar Say, who plays a son, who's basically this guy's all I was gonna say despicable. Is that a word, despicable? But basically, just he's basically you know, he's playing, you know, reenacting, you know, Arsène Lupin, you know what I mean, in common day or contemporary day, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's it, bro. You know what I mean. So yeah, the guys, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I know my energy hasn't been the greatest today. It's kind of dead today. I ain't gonna lie. Even myself, I'm not enjoying my energy today. It's kind of dead still, but it's just them days, and you get them days sometimes. You get me? Like, it's just one of them days still. But yeah, man, just guys, I hope once again you guys are alright and that in it, and that you just keep hoping on that. You're not really like, you're not taking this life like, you know, like I was gonna say, just don't take yeah, just hopefully you're not taking this life too serious, man. You just like, yeah, you're having your head down a little bit. Sometimes sometimes you gotta you know, you gotta take it serious, of course. Sometimes you gotta take it serious, but sometimes you just gotta let your head down in it, because it's not even worth it, as you know already. It's not worth it still. But yeah, man, I just hope you guys are all well, and that's it really. And that's my review, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe once again, and take care, of yourselves. Thank you very much. Good night or good evening.